Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I'm going to let you guess as to what my favorite recipe is because I gotta tell you, sitting there as the gourmet that I am, trying to figure out what to do, how to plan for a speech in Mexico City for Women's Empowerment Day was a mind-boggling and absolutely abject, painfully dreadful experience. Why? Why, you ask? You couldn't have my recipe for nerves in that speech, which was a darn shame because it certainly would have helped. Because Toastmasters teaches us many things, and that's important to remember, especially when you're thinking about paying your dues. What does Toastmaster actually give me? Things like know your audience. Well, it was very difficult to surmise what my audience or who my audience was going to be in Mexico City global. So I thought, okay, women's empowerment. I'm building my speech. That is the purpose of this speech today, is to tell you how I did that. So I sat and I thought, and I suffered through time and again, title and topic. What is going to be the gift that these women, whom I believed every woman that was going to be there was fully empowered, else she wouldn't be there. So I struggled and I thought and I tore up and I rewrote and I went over it again. And I thought to myself, if I were to say, ladies, I already think you're empowered, let's move on, that would have gone over like a lead balloon. Now, I thought, what if there are women there who aren't, well, who are not born women? It seems to be one of those things that I'm struggling here with you to come up with what I was struggling with through the speech is women seem so empowered now that even men want to be us. This was a big puzzlement for me. So I decided to choose two women on opposing ends of the spectrum and share that. And that was the migrant woman in that famous picture. Her name is Florence Owen Thompson, and the photographer that took her picture, Dorothea Lange. Dorothea Lange ended up being a multi-millionaire. Ms. Thompson stayed poor her entire life. So who was empowered? Dorothea Lange was empowered since birth. She had a gift for photography. She had gifts from her family being able to follow her dream and do her thing. While Ms. Thompson, the actual migrant mother, she was born in Oakland. Oakland. I digress and make a terrible error. She was born in Oklahoma during the Dust Bowl. So in 1936, that's when her photograph was taken on her way to Modesto, California, with her 7 children. She had been abandoned. She had been left by death by husband number 2. So you've got 2 women on opposing ends of the spectrum of empowerment. One who was and one who wasn't at all. Now, Dorothea Lange never even asked Florence what her name was. Yet we celebrate Dorothea. She was empowered, wasn't she? She was famous. She won awards. She got the Pulitzer Prize for that photograph. So ladies, this is what I told the ladies. I said, when you find your empowerment, what are you doing to give back? What are you doing to empower the people that got you there? And that includes men. Because ladies, when you are stepping out, possibly stepping on other individuals, sometimes they're the guys. So this was my struggle throughout the speech. And I I admit that I hesitated and I didn't share completely what was going on and how I was handling things, because I noticed that, knowing my audience and paying attention to eye contact, I was losing them because they wanted me in empowering women. I was supposed to be talking about how I was achieving, how I was doing, not that we were doing a bad job as women who were empowered. So that's the point of this, is when you're speaking, knowing your audience is important. Sometimes we're in a situation where we cannot know our audience, like this particular situation. So I just went ahead and told my story about these two ladies that I believed, like, once again, that when we become empowered, when we are moving forward, remember the people that got us there. Don't step on individuals. Don't deny other people their due. Dorothea Lange, in my opinion, should have found out who Florence Thompson was. She should have not allowed that woman to have spent her years in poverty. Yet she did. Who was empowered? Ladies, gentlemen, let's empower each other as human beings. And let's forget that whole gender thing. What do you think, Madam Toastmaster?